So who's right? Because at the World Cup, millions of dollars, entire careers, even history itself, can come down to a decision that takes less than a second. And here's the crazy part. Today, it's not just humans making that call. In this video, you're going to see exactly how FIFA uses insane technology to make the biggest decisions in football, from invisible sensors inside the ball, to AI tracking every player on the pitch, to systems so accurate they can detect a 2-centimeter mistake. And once you see how it works, you'll never watch a World Cup the same way again. Let's start with the moment that changed everything. Because for decades, football had a problem. No instant replay, no second chances, just one referee, one decision, and that was final, even if it was completely wrong. In fact, one of the most controversial moments in football history happened in 1966. A shot hit the crossbar, bounced near the goal line, and was given as a goal. But here's the thing. To this day, people still argue whether the ball actually crossed the line. Imagine that. A World Cup final, and we're still debating it 60 years later. That's when FIFA realized something. Human eyes aren't enough, so they built something better. Goal line technology. Here's how it works. Inside the stadium, there are up to 14 high-speed cameras, all focused on the goal, not the players, not the crowd, just the ball. These cameras track the ball's exact position, 500 times per second. Now think about that. Your eyes blink, and in that blink, this system has already checked the ball's position dozens of times. If the entire ball crosses the goal line, not most of it. Not it looked like it. The entire ball. A signal is instantly sent to the referee's watch. It vibrates and flashes goal, all in less than 1 second. No debate, no delay, no pressure, just a decision, backed by pure data. And here's what's wild. The accuracy? Within a few millimeters. That's thinner than your fingernail. Now you might be thinking, okay, that solves goals, but what about everything else? That's where things get even crazier. Because now we're entering the world of VAR, Video Assistant Referee. And this is where football starts to feel like a sci-fi movie. VAR is basically a team of officials sitting in a high-tech control room, watching the match from every possible angle. We're talking dozens of camera feeds, slow motion, zoom, frame-by-frame replay, while the referee is running on the field. There's another team quietly analyzing everything, looking for mistakes. But here's the twist most people don't know. VAR doesn't control the game. It only steps in for 4 situations: goals, penalties, red cards, and mistaken identity. That's it. So if there's a small foul in midfield, VAR ignores it. But if there's a potential game-changing moment, now it gets involved. Let's say a goal is scored. Looks fine, right? But wait. VAR rewinds the play, checks the build-up, and suddenly they spot something, an offside. Now if you're new to football, offside sounds confusing, but here's the simplest way to understand it. You can't stand closer to the goal than the last defender, waiting for an easy pass. It's like cherry-picking in basketball. Now here's where technology takes over. Because modern World Cups don't just guess offside anymore. They use something called semi-automated offside technology. And this is insane. There are 12 specialized cameras tracking every player's body. Not just where they are, but how they move. At the same time, there's a sensor inside the ball, sending data 500 times per second. So when a pass is made, the system knows the exact moment the ball was kicked. Not around that time, the exact millisecond. Then it maps the attacker's body position, and here's the crazy part. It tracks up to 29 different body points: head, shoulders, knees, feet, everything that could legally score a goal, within seconds. The system builds a 3D animation showing whether the player was offside, and it's so precise, it can detect if a player's toe was ahead. A toe. Now think about that. Games used to be decided by human judgment. Now, They can be decided by the position of a single toe. And yes, people still argue about it, because even when technology is perfect, fans are not. But here's something even more surprising. All this technology doesn't just make the game fair, it actually makes it faster. Before VAR, referees might hesitate. They'd second-guess themselves. Now, they know they have backup, which means they can make decisions with more confidence. But there's a trade-off. Sometimes, the game pauses.